Hi, and welcome back to It's Never Too Late to Date. We are the channel about dating after the age of 60. And today is our Saturday morning question of the week. And I love to start this video off with a success story. And our success story today is my husband and I met online about 4 years ago. We dated for 3 years and just got married a year ago. We are very happy. Thank you for your channel. I am also trying to encourage my friends that online dating isn't as bad as it's cracked up to be. Like hearing that, and I know quite a few people who have met online and have success stories just like this one. So if you've thought about doing online dating, definitely give it a try. Have a friend help you. All it is it's a way for you to meet more people. I encourage people to try it all of the time with all of the precautions that need to be taken. And if it's fear that's keeping you from doing that, and I have one friend that the first thing she mentions, I'm just keep thinking about the lady that got kidnapped and, some bad things happened. And I haven't done the research to see how many people have actually had bad things happen like that to them from online dating, but I definitely will do that, and I will get the information out to you. Sometimes I don't like to focus on that stuff because I do know it's a small percentage, and that the percentage of people who meet their prospective husbands or current husbands online is huge. And so I just want to encourage people that if you're serious and you really want to find a companion later in life, that dating online is one of the biggest ways of meeting people. Now, on to our question of the week. My husband passed away 2 years ago. I've just been asked out on a date by a new friend. I'm not sure if it's appropriate for me to start dating again. Any advice? So, that's a good question. And really, what I would like for this video today, I know that many of you out there have lost a spouse, and you have been probably by yourself for quite a while, or even just for a year or two. And I would love to see all of your opinions on this. And I do know that there are different opinions on it, and there is no right or wrong. But I would like to get your input. And the person who wrote this letter can actually read and get responses from you. I have not been through that where I've lost a spouse, but I do know people who have. And one of my good friends has lost her spouse. She just mentioned to me the other day, it's been 17 years. And she was very emotional and very, did not want to be alone anymore. And she's been looking and open to dating for, a few years now, but doesn't necessarily want to do the online dating. And I've encouraged her to try that with my help, and I'll be helping her with that. But I think that people get to a certain point when they've been alone long enough and they decide it's time. I would love to meet somebody who's possibly in the same situation as I am, as maybe lost their spouse, and we do have something in common, and we can be a great companion to each other as we get older. So I'd love to see that. Now, in answering her question, how soon is too soon? And we all know, if we're honest, a lot of times a spouse will pass away, and as have gotten older, and sometimes the relationship is amazing. Sometimes the relationship, you don't think that you can ever meet anybody that can compare with your former spouse. And so in that case, sometimes it takes a lot longer for people to be ready to date again because they're still grieving, and they're still comparing everybody to that great spouse that they had. And so for someone like that, I mean, I think 2 years is a long enough wait, but it just all depends on how you're feeling emotionally. And but you won't know until you maybe get out on a date. And then you can tell whether or not you're just constantly comparing everybody with your spouse. And if it's not going to go anywhere from there, then maybe wait a little bit longer. And so that's going to be probably the hardest person to encourage to start dating any sooner than a couple years. Now, the next type of person is somebody who, they were married for a number of years and they were just waiting to get out. They'd had nothing but, grief, but they grew up, believing that till death do us part. And so they've been there. They've been, kind of just waiting it out, waiting. And when the person passes away, a weight is lifted. They feel better about themselves. They feel freer. And a lot of times that person is ready to date a lot sooner. I've noticed it with men in all circumstances, whether they just were totally in love with their former wife or not. Men are usually quicker to remarry. And, why that is, I'm not going to make it as simple as that they like to have somebody to take care of them, because that's not always the case. I think a lot of men like a companion. It's hard to be at home in a quiet house for long, and especially if the wife, the house that they are home alone in, brings up a bunch of old memories. And so a lot of times you're going to find that men don't, deal with that grief the same way that women do. Women are more inclined to wait a lot longer. But back to the deal where the spouse was, they didn't get along. And so when the spouse does die, the, woman is ready to start dating again. And so usually, a year, sometimes it's even less, that somebody is ready to start dating. As I mentioned, they're feeling free, and they're excited about, starting looking for someone who's different than the spouse that they had before. And then there's the next type of person who, it was a good relationship. They had a good sized family. And this is the person who is concerned about dating because of the kids. And we do a lot of things for our kids, and as they're growing up. And if the kids are all older and they are on their own and out of the house, it is your decision, not theirs, whether or not you're ready to start dating again. And but a lot of times the kids are just worried about your safety, and they don't want somebody to come in, especially if you're financially stable. They don't want somebody coming in and taking over finances or mixing finances with somebody else. And some of it is because, and I've seen it many times in my real estate career, where there is a fight about money with the kids, and they don't want somebody else coming into the picture and muddying up things any more than they already are, if something were to happen to their surviving parent. So there's a lot of different things that come into play in this, and like I said, there is no right or wrong answer. And like I mentioned, I'd love to see your comments below if you've had the situation or been in the situation or know somebody who has, and they would love to start dating but are not because of outside circumstances, whether it's kids, whether it's they're afraid of what other people are going to think, all of that. And so I'd love to hear it. And please like and subscribe. And I hope that you got something out of this video that you can take and share with somebody who is going through what we talked about. And we'll see you on the next video.